Representative Louie Gohmert, R. Texas Right, speaks during a December 3 news conference on Capitol Hill. Gohmert and other Republicans filed suit to give Vice President Pence authority to count the votes of alternate electors. A judge threw the suit out. Jacquelyn Martin, APhide captiontoggle captionJacquelyn Martin, APRep. Louie Gohmert, R. Texas Right, speaks during a December 3 news conference on Capitol Hill. Gohmert and other Republicans filed suit to give Vice President Pence authority to count the votes of alternate electors. A judge threw the suit out. Jacquelyn Martin, APUpdated at 9:11 p.m. ETA. Federal judge has thrown out a lawsuit that challenges President-elect Joe Biden's victory, as Congress moves toward finalizing the results of the 2020 election. The January certification of states' electoral votes, overseen by the Vice President, is usually considered a formality. But a lawsuit filed last week by Representative Louie Gohmert, R. Texas, seeks to upend the process. In some key battleground states, groups of Republicans have baselessly declared themselves to be alternate electors, claiming to represent the true wishes of the voters. Gohmert and the other plaintiffs, including a group of self-proclaimed electors from Arizona, argue that when confronted with competing slates of electors, the Constitution gives Vice President Mike Pence the power to choose which electors to certify. The legal challenge, which reflected the long-standing refusal of certain Republicans to acknowledge Biden's victory, was widely seen as a long shot. Now, Judge Jeremy Kernodle in Texas has ruled that the plaintiffs don't have standing to sue. He says they haven't met the requirement that they show they've been injured by the defendant and that the relief they ask for would redress that injury. In their suit, which names the Vice President as the defendant, the Republican plaintiffs argue that a 19th-century law spelling out how Congress should handle the count is unconstitutional, because it directs Pence to tally the electoral votes as they've been reported by the states. These Republicans argue that the 12th Amendment gives Pence, not the states, sole discretion to determine which among competing slates of electors may be counted. Gohmert alleges at most an institutional injury to the House of Representatives, the judge wrote. The other plaintiffs, the wannabe Arizona electors, allege an injury that is not fairly traceable to Pence. In a court filing, Pence himself told the judge that he was the wrong person to sue. The Republicans' beef isn't with the Vice President, he said, but with Congress. Plaintiffs object to the Senate and the House of Representatives asserting a role for themselves in determining which electoral votes may be counted, a role that these plaintiffs assert is constitutionally vested in the Vice President, Pence's attorneys wrote Thursday. Indeed, as a matter of logic, it is those bodies against whom